Hey, yay, 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 hey, hey. What's up? What is up? We are back and we are black. This is the No I Don't Know podcast. I'm your boy, Warren G. I've been clown free and sucker free since 2003. What is going on? You know me. Got off the corporate plantation and shit. Just wanted to get one in real quick. I know I'm a little late, but oh well. Fuck it. Ain't no pause and ain't no warning. This is you just getting me raw and uncut. We're going to talk about some things today. Just in case if you haven't been watching the news and watching TMZ, which everybody's been watching the YouTube, talking about Eric Holder and the Nipsey Hussle situation and how he got allegedly arrested. And I'm going to just get right into it. Hey, man, let's just get right into it. And today I got a couple of books with me today that's going to confirm some of my theories to me, my belief system. And they're very flexible. I've been listening to other YouTube channels and I've listened to a couple other YouTube channels and seeing what their perspectives were. Some pretty good perspectives out there. Some people from LA, they have more of an opinion of, oh, this is some gang shit. This is gang shit. Some people feel like it's something deeper. Me, personally, I feel like it's something deeper. You know, after you have a knowledge of self, you kind of start to see things a little differently. So I'm going to just get right into it. Okay, after watching the whole video and seeing the whole situation and me being from LA, actually being from LA, yes, I went to Shenandoah Elementary, facts. So this ain't no bullshit. West LA, that's right. And if I would have grew, and if I'd have stayed there, I'd have went to Fairfax High or Palisades, one of them schools. But anyway, we ain't getting into that shit. But I'm just saying, knowing how Crenshaw is and knowing the way it's structured. Remember on the last podcast, I appreciate everybody watching the last one. On the last podcast, I said it. They're doing $1 billion deal on Crenshaw. So with that being said, it's construction everywhere. So how the fuck he was able to get away like that? That's one. Two, that was pretty goddamn bold for a nigga to walk up on you in broad daylight. Two, kind of seemed like a setup. The way Nipsey was turned and talking to somebody else and you just run up on him. That's two. Three, if you do it in broad daylight, normally you worried about getting caught. This nigga had no ski mask on, no nothing. He did not run away. He light jogged. That's what he did. He did what I do at the gym. A light jog. That's what he did. And then the way he shot him and then you kick him in the head, that was beyond some disrespectful shit. And that was on, I'm going to make sure he's dead. And everybody was so frightened and so fucked up. And the people that got shot with him, they couldn't even really do nothing. And they was all fucked up. After me watching that footage, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's beyond some gang shit. That's just my perspective. And the reason why I say that is I'm tired of everybody giving all the credit to us for the gang violence, but you don't want to give these suspected white supremacists and the system of white supremacy their props and their credit for what they have done to us the last 450 goddamn years. That's the shit that's irritating me the most. Everybody keep talking. I was listening, to a podcast and people's calling, oh, it's some gang shit and all that. We're not saying that it's not some gang shit, but what I'm saying is people act like there's not informants within these gangs. That's what people fail to realize. You can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. I think outside the box. You know why I think outside the box? We got too many stories. We got Martin Luther King. He had informants in his camp. Reverend Al Sharpton was a goddamn informant who lied and said, oh, I just thought I was helping the police. Nigga, you were cooperating with the police, with the FBI. So, yeah, you was an informant, clown. You was a snitch. Now, this guy, Eric Holder, like I said, I knew he was working for the government somehow. I was like, God damn, man, nigga, you don't just run away like that. And he kind of light jogged, too. And I know it's a lot of construction going on over there because everybody that you talk to, they like, dude, there's construction everywhere. How the fuck was he able to get away with that? Like I said before, self-hate. See, that nigga already hated himself. And all it takes is the good old alphabet boys, as Jeezy would call them, or niggas that's in the hood, or people. It just takes them to rest haven on your membrane and get inside and become infectious to you, where you like, yeah, fuck this nigga. Long as you killing them niggas, that's fine. I'm not saying there's not FBI informants and informants that are in the mob or in other things, but I'm talking about COINTELPRO, and what I'm talking about is the things that have been done to us the last 450 years. And it's like, I'm just tired. I look on Twitter, niggas like, I get it. You know what? You're right. We have to do better by stop being some goddamn informants for everybody else. We got to do better by going against our own in front of other races. That's what we got to do better. And then they'll start respecting us. We got to do better. Just go to jail. No, well, I got to tell. And now the facts are starting to come out. Not only was he a snitch, he had been trying to get up under brother Nipsey Hussle for a while. And just trying to get up under him. Probably trying to collect intel. See, because Nipsey, if people really was listening to what he was saying, see, that's what I'm saying about this shit too. There's a lot of motherfuckers that just listen to his music, but not listening to what he was saying about owning property, about Bitcoin, Litecoin, cryptocurrency, about residual income, as Nipsey Hussle would call it, mailbox money. Nobody paid attention to that shit. How he was going to invest in the Tulsa real estate fund, investment fund with Jay Morrison. Y'all probably don't even know who that is. You know why you know who that is? Because motherfucker ain't listening to him. No, you wait till he dead, then you want to start listening. It's like, god damn. Same thing with Pac. Shed so many tears. Da, da, da. That's all you're listening to. You're not listening to what he's really saying and the message that he's trying to convey. But that happens all the time. You know why that happens all the time? Because we are more valued when we leave the earth in such a detrimental way. Then people, they start to cultivate what you were. And, oh man, I remember this and that. And then because the energy stays alive. But I'll tell you this, he was educating the people around. This is my personal opinion. I think the people around him were dumb. In such a way, I don't think they really understood. Because people want you to catch the fish and give it to them. They don't want to go fish. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to just be around, because everybody wants to be around the likeness of being around a millionaire. Everybody wants to be around that likeness. And he was doing his job. Buying up the hood. Doing the things that you're supposed to do. Property, ownership. You will not change shit thinking that, oh, well, I'm going to do it by protesting. They don't give a motherfucker about no protesting. Go protest, clown. All you motherfuckers, go protest. I want you to ask the niggas on Crenshaw about protesting, and they was like, well, clown, we still building the subway right through this motherfucker. We don't give a fuck about Crenshaw being monumental to black people. Clown, bring the contractors in, and let's get this shit set up. And ain't no nigga protest that shit. Man, come on, man. Think outside the box. If this nigga is an informant, that's all y'all need to know. So there was somebody being the wielder behind the fight. Not even that. There was somebody gaslighting that situation. And you like, ah, man, Warren, what you talk about? Man, nigga, if people would take the time to go on YouTube, look up Fred Hampton. Look up COINTELPRO. Look up the things that they have done. Damn, don't even read the book. Just don't even read. Just go on YouTube. Fuck it. Because asking a nigga to read is, I don't know, it's shit. It's like asking a nigga to climb Mount Everest. God damn, I don't understand this. I used to think that too. I was thinking the same thing. It's still self-hate. It's self-hate. It's still constructed by the government. You know why? Like why, Warren? This is my perspective. Because the government knows that it's about resources, right? The elite know that it's about resources. The system of white supremacy knows it's about resources. Well, if they own 90% of the nation's wealth and 2.6% of it is in black and melanated hands, clown, if it's 40 million people out here in the United States of America, how you gonna divide 2.6% of the nation's wealth between 40 fucking million people? No, it's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers living below the poverty line, which creates jealousy, envy, hate. Now, for Nipsey to be at his shop where he's trying to make an honest living and meet the people and greet the people, and you run up and do that? Nah, man. That sounds like some provocateur, enemy of the state type bullshit. I even watched it when they was doing the CPR on Nipsey. They ain't give a fuck about that shit, man. I was watching all that shit. They was moving in slow motion, and that's a fact. They didn't really want to be down there. And then I got caught up because I was thinking when they did the vigil, and then people started running. I'm like, ah, here we go, we tripping. Then I had to catch myself. You know, this morning too, I had to kind of catch myself again. Like, no, we got to know how to behave. But a lot of times they be egging it on because they did that with Ferguson. When Talib Kweli had to check Don Lemon because Don Lemon was reporting false narratives. They immediately tried to say it was some gang shit. Man, they will use gangs to kill each other. And they will frame the picture like it's gang shit when really it's the government with their hands all inside that shit. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all need to get to know who J. Edgar Hoover was since his name is on the FBI building. Get to know him. I think now after Nipsey Hussle's death, niggas need to start really seeing what the fuck is going on. The Dr. Sebi documentary was going to have a major impact on these millennials because he had the will of the millennials. They looked up to him. And that's how you were able to control the masses of people, through the young people. If you like, what do you mean, Warren? Go look up Aaron Russo, Fascism of America, when he met with David Rockefeller. And David Rockefeller, who y'all might want to get to know. See, all these people you hear me talk about, you like, this nigga, okay. All right. Okay. But the shit is going on. If they put chips in your dog and they can scan your dog to know where your dog is addressing everything he's at, then what the fuck do you think they can do to you? They've been putting chips in dogs for what, 20 years now? But we don't credit the government for anything. We don't credit this system for anything that it has done to us. We only credit each other for the negative shit. Oh man, it's some gang shit. I'm like, in my head, like, I don't think people are really seeing the bigger picture. They're trying to gentrify all of LA. They don't want no niggas on Crenshaw. They don't want no niggas on this shit. They want all you niggas exit stage left. The fuck out of here, clowns. That's what they want. And it's gonna be the same way once they get done with Las Vegas and a lot of these niggas start running out here. I already know how once they get done with the Crenshaw thing, I meant, my bad, and they get done and those niggas start running away from California and coming out here, Vegas gonna be like, good, because all Vegas is a pressure cooker too. These motherfuckers will come up to your job if you got a warrant and take you to jail from your job. So what does that tell you? I'm just saying, people act like gentrification ain't real. If you look at Nipsey Hussle's message, that's what I want to talk about, the message. If you look at the message and then you look at this guy who killed him, why do you not think that the system of white supremacy, the government, will not take advantage of that situation, especially if you're already an informant? They're going to take advantage of that. Now all of a sudden they caught him after 36 hours. Oh, we caught him. Oh, you caught him, huh? It's cameras every goddamn where. Y'all had drones in the sky, but now you caught him. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't understand these. I don't understand. Eric Snowden, not Eric Holder, the kid that killed him, allegedly, but Eric Snowden, the whistleblower, straight told us exactly what the fuck they doing. Right? Now, this was coming from a Caucasian, because you know a lot of us melanated people, we don't want to listen to us a Caucasian talking. If it's a nigga talking, he could be spitting all the facts. You be like, ah, man, fuck that nigga. But if it's Caucasian coming to you, you like, oh, shit, it's a Caucasian. You feel me? Hey, what's going on, chat room? I'll tell you this. If Eric Snowden, there was a movie, go watch it, Snowden. He's telling how they using the cameras and using the systems and phones. They can look at your text messages. They can look at all these things But under, I guess, I don't know if it's the Patriot Act or one of those acts, they legally can't, they're not supposed to be going and looking, but they was doing it anyway. And then hiding it under the guise they was looking for terrorism. That's why Eric Snowden went to Russia. And that's why they can't go over to Russia, because you don't have no jurisdiction over there. They won't fuck with Russia. See, it's a lot of politics. Just like there's street gang politics, there's government politics too. And over here, in the United States of America, the 6-0s ain't the biggest gang. Not Nutty Block, not Fruitown, not A-Tray, not Grape Street. No, nigga, y'all want to know what the biggest gang is? The FBI, the CIA, Homeland Security, ATF, DEA. Those are the big gangs. Now, that's really corrupt. That's the real gangbangers right there. Them. All those gangs that I just named. That's the real gangs. And what we do is always give credit to us for the negative, but when it comes to the government, oh no, that's a conspiracy. No, man, it's some gang shit. I done heard so many people today on YouTube talking about, man, that's just some hate gang shit. Look behind the hating. Look at the message that Nipsey was speaking. Buy property, the shit that you hear on my podcast all the time. The shit that you hear on Dr. Boyce Watkins' podcast. Buy property. Everybody ain't broke. I don't want to hear that shit. It's a whole lot of niggas that's making very good money at their corporate plantation job, and they can go buy some property. So he's telling you, go buy the property. No, everybody just wants somebody to go buy it for them. Nobody's going to do nothing for you in this world. You got to go earn it. And that brother was earning it his way. And still trying to be loyal to where he came from. And a lot of people are going to use that like, oh, he should have left the hood and all this other stuff. And it's like, man, y'all don't get it, man. People don't get it. And that's the thing that trips me out about it, is because if you understood his whole message, you would see it. What gangbanger you know buying cryptocurrency and buying stock and bonds and buying property? Where they at? And where are they at that's pushing that agenda on a level? What gangbanger that you know, since he's a thug and a gangbanger that the news is going to propagate, what gangbanger or thug do you know is going to push the agenda of buying property, not selling? They're going to gentrify the hood. You're going to get more money. No, buy back the hood. Ain't nobody pushing that, because niggas too bad. No, Nipsey had the resources and he was using them for good, not for evil. He wasn't on no, nah, look at what I got. No, nigga just mad. He's employing people. That nigga didn't have no real enemies like that. But you know what the enemy was? The system of white supremacy. He like, oh, no, Warren, you always, okay, all right, okay. You don't want to believe it? Remember I just got done telling you about Eric Holder and his informant and how he was an informant. He was trying to get next to Nipsey and all this other stuff? Okay. All right. Remember that book I was telling y'all about called The Burglary? The Discovery of J. Edgar Hoover's Secret FBI? This book is a great book by Betty, what's her name? Betty Metzger. Great book. Go look it up on Amazon. Go get it. Now it's the Book of Eli. It's a long ass book, but this book had me hooked. I was reading this shit at my job and everything. And let me give you a basic synopsis on that book. Now, the basic synopsis on that book is this. The FBI back in the day used to have buildings. They used to just lease spaces in buildings. Well, J. Edgar Hoover was basically just always getting info on motherfuckers. Whether it was good info or bad info, always trying to get something bad on people so he can have the control of the politicians, and then he can get the funding that he needs to do what he wants to do. Well, long story short, J. Edgar Hoover's dumbass and all the people that worked for him was writing it all fucking down and putting it in files. And these Caucasians that were confident and that were brave, because they do exist, was like, man, fuck this war, fuck all this shit. Why are we warring with people? This is bullshit. So they said, we gonna break into the goddamn FBI building. Long story short, they break in the FBI building because they wanted to stop the war. And guess what they stumbled upon when they broke in that FBI building? When they broke in the FBI building in Philadelphia, they discovered COINTELPRO. Seek out and destroy the Black Messiah. And what made them break in the building is because Daniel Ellsberg and the Pentagon Papers, I still got to get that book. He did it the first time. He didn't break in there. He was over there to go report on what the war was, and he saw we was losing, and they still wanted the war to keep going. So he basically stole Pentagon Papers and started releasing them to the press. And if you go watch the movie The Post with Meryl Streep, it tells you all about it. I went to go watch it. It tells you all about it. So back to the book, The Burglary. When they broke into the building, they found the COINTELPRO stuff. The COINTELPRO stuff was basically fixated on black people and the Black Messiah, and be at their mailbox when they come check their mail and spy on them, follow them, go up to the school colleges and break up any type of black organization that they have going on. Infiltrate the black organizations to get them to turn on each other, even if they gotta kill each other. That's the type of shit that J. Edgar Hoover was doing. And this was in the 60s, in the 50s, the 60s, and 70s. This is what J. Edgar Hoover was doing. He broke up the Black Panthers. He is responsible for the assassination of Fred Hampton. And that book tells the whole story. Some of those Caucasians went into hiding and never came out. And the author had to go out and seek and find these people because they was afraid that they were going to get thrown in jail. But what they did was very brave. They stole the documents, drove all the way up to a cabin, and was looking through the documents. They didn't have to put those documents out there, but they did, because they saw how wrong it was. And one of the dudes, and I think his name was Keith Forsyth, I forgot his name. Well, long story short about that was, he was protesting about civil rights, and then they all got locked up. Well, he didn't really have no money like that, and a black preacher, or a black man, he put his farm up for collateral to bail him and some other people out of jail. And that fucked him up and was like, damn. And that's why he felt like he had to post those papers. Oh, man. Oh, and they still didn't do shit to J. Edgar Hoover. After all that shit was posted, they ain't do shit to him. The system of white supremacy act like the shit didn't even happen. But this is what they do to us, right? This is what they do. But we always give us the credit. Oh, we be gangbanging. Well, let's give them the credit for being the biggest gangbangers. I just told you. I'll show you one more time. This book, The Burglary. Go get it, ladies and gentlemen. After this, after Nipsey Hussle got executed, everybody about to start reading or go on YouTube. Go check it out. Because Nipsey Hussle was one of the Black Messiahs. And I felt like it was strategically, it was strategic the way it was, and he was targeted. And I think he was going against things that were not beneficial for the system, but were beneficial for black people. And when you're beneficial for black people and you have influence, oh no, they don't like you at all. So we got to understand what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now that brings me to the next book. Motherfuckers think I'm bullshitting, but this is what they do to us. So stop giving us all the credit for the gangbanging shit and give them more credit for being the biggest gangbangers, like I just said. I got another book. Read it about a year and a half ago. The Assassination of Fred Hampton. How the FBI and the Chicago police murdered a Black Panther by Jeffrey Haas. Man, this book had me. That's what made me think about it when Nipsey got killed. I was like, God damn. I didn't want to see. But once the facts start coming in, the nigga was an informant, that's how Fred Hampton got killed. There was an FBI informant in his camp that gave the FBI the plans of where he lived and where he slept. The inside, the structural blueprints of the inside of his home, where the guards were, who was watching, and where he slept. Punk motherfucker, I forgot his name. But the people that's thinking outside the box, we crazy. We always want to limit it to some gang shit. Think outside the box for 1 second, people. If you dealing with an informant and you know he's an informant and you calling him out, why would an informant knows that you know he's an informant and you're collecting data and you're trying to collect data and you're having difficulties running your business because you know, I don't need to be down there. I know the police was probably harassing Nipsey Hussle's business. I know they were. Because he's a black business owner. They don't want his ass over there. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of his crew and a lot of niggas from the neighborhood was probably over there, and they don't like that shit. Because you know they don't like niggas all congregating the way we do. So I'm pretty sure they didn't really like that he had his business over there, and I'm pretty sure they didn't like the fact that he was buying up all the property over there. People think, oh, it ain't no big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. If it's not a big deal, go over there off of Fairfax on the other side of the 10 freeway going towards the Beverly Center if you live in LA, and go try to buy some property over there in the Jewish community and see if they sell it to you. Facts. Classism and racism. You gotta understand what it is. And we have to understand this too. Stop clout chasing and stop acting like you're trying to be beneficial for our people and move our people forward when you're really not. Because Nipsey was. He was teaching us about cryptocurrencies, things that I kind of already knew, but for him to be young and teach the younger generation, he has a better rapport with the younger generation. So they look up to him. So imagine if he do imagine this, ladies and gentlemen, if he does a documentary on Dr. Sebi, everybody will start eating healthy. Everybody will be like, I ain't eating that shit. Shit, you see that documentary that Nipsey Hussle did? Because let me tell you something. When What the Health came out, you should have saw how those Caucasians stopped buying milk and eating meat and dairy and all this other shit. Because Caucasians respect what other Caucasians say, for the most part. But we don't. We wait till they die, then we want to post pictures and videos. Like, fuck all that, man. Where was everybody at when he was on? Why did Tariq Nasheed's video go viral after he died? Because I watched it when he was on Tariq Nasheed's show. I used to listen to his interviews all the time. I liked his interviews because he was coming from a perspective of, hey man, when you get money, buy property. Buy things that matter. Buy the cars too, but nigga, buy the shit that matter, because that's what's most important. We got to understand what it is. We got to know. Not only do we have to know, what's good, chat room? Not only do we have to know what it is, we got to start taking action. If you don't know, if you got the money and you making a good living at your corporate plantation, don't frown upon that. Now, do the right thing with it. Don't make a good amount of money and go live in an apartment. If you have enough money to go buy a home, go buy a home. Buy property. Then after you buy that one property, then go buy another property and rent it out. If you're making the money. Now, if you're not making the money, I get it. It's not going to be as easy for you as it would be for other people. But that's what you should be striving for. Ownership, property. I was listening to George Fraser, and he said a lot of people don't know their great-great-great-great-grandfather is because he didn't leave them anything. Niggas don't have wills and testaments. Niggas don't have nothing. Because we living for us. We're not living for the overall perspective. And we don't want to teach. Each one has to teach one. That's what Nipsey was doing. I want everybody to understand this. From my perspective, the government had a hand in it. And I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. Can't nobody tell me different. I don't want to hear that shit. I just showed you 2 goddamn books. And by the way, Fred Hampton's cousin was Emmett Till. And if you read that book, I'm not going to get into the details of that book about Fred Hampton. It's a cold book, man. It's the intricate details of what they did. It's nuts. It's bananas of what they're capable of doing. So why do we always leave it at a street beef? No, that guy, Eric Holder, that shot him, allegedly, he was a coward, he was insecure, and he was hateful, and he was vengeful. That's one. All wrapped into one. And the system of white supremacy used and abused that beef. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen on corporate plantations, and I've seen it happen outside. And niggas kill each other over that shit, or niggas fight over shit that don't even fucking matter. And they use that, and then they frame the picture of a beef, gang related, when really it's bigger than that. And then the commoner, the common folk who don't read, who don't research, who go off what somebody's telling you. This is the news propagating this. It's nothing but propaganda. They gonna tell you whatever they want you to know. They gonna tell, just like niggas was going in on R. Kelly like R. Kelly hadn't been fucking young bitches. And then all of a sudden they do a Lifetime thing. Now everybody want to be like, oh, R. Kelly, I ain't listening to R. Kelly no more. Fuck out of here, nigga. I'ma still bump R. Kelly. And nigga, what you gonna do about it? Nigga, goddamn. Nigga act like they got some type of authority over nigga that want to listen to some type of music. White people, Elvis was doing the same type of fuckery bullshit. And he's the king of what? Exactly. Graceland. Fuck out of here. But when it comes to us, we love doing that to us. And taking, I'm going to keep saying that, we love taking the credit for this gangbanging culture. But your hood is not the biggest hood. Your gang's not the biggest gang. You know why? Oh, yeah, it is one. Let me tell you something. And don't take it as no diss from no gang. I got respect for gang culture because I know what it is. But when they want to gentrify your area or they want to build a freeway through it, your neighborhood is no longer existent. They'll just build a neighborhood in it. Or they'll just build a freeway. Tear it all down and not give a fuck. If they're capable of doing these type of things like they did to Fred Hampton, like in the burglary. I just showed you 2 books. 1,200 pages of what is documented of what they have done to our people. And niggas is still thinking this, and they have used our people to kill our people. This is documentation of what they have done. So I'm tired of niggas just thinking, oh man, niggas don't know out here in LA, man. Gang culture and politics, I know that. We understand that. But how the fuck was that dude Eric Holder able to get away? And he did a light jog when he ran away. That nigga didn't run. He didn't have no mask on or nothing. He just walked up and started shooting. And then for you to come back and keep shooting, come on, man. Ain't nobody that bold. Then they find and then all of a sudden they start putting out he got mental health issues and man, get the fuck out of here. And then he goes on his Instagram talking about, oh, they trying to set me up. These are all diversions, man. That reminds me of get your head out of my pocket, nigga. Yes. William O'Neal, thank you, chat room, was a spy against the Black Panther Party. Yes. Because when Jeffrey Hobbs, which was his lawyer, which was Fred Hampton's family's lawyer who was suing the FBI and the police department because they were all connected, he was the one that they had to cross-examine, if I'm not mistaken. But we, like I keep saying, we will give, if it's a murder, oh, shit, yeah, niggas hating, and they was beefing, and they was probably beefing over a bitch, and well, just all this, just simple-minded bullshit. But when a nigga be like, look, man, that looked like an orchestrated hit that was gaslit by the government, man. That looked way more sophisticated than what people do. You're not gonna just walk up to somebody and just start dumping and then not run away and then go back, shoot some more, then go back, kick him in the head. No. You knew you were probably going to jail. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't care. You knew you was gonna be protected. Because that's what the government do. Then mysteriously they find him after 36 hours. But it's cameras everywhere. And we giving this nigga all the credit in the world. Yeah, man. One nigga called up talking about, yeah, man. Nah, bro, this LA shit is real. You see, he was on, you know, he just drove through and shot, not even knowing what the fuck was going on. Then you watch the camera footage and he first of all, he walked right up to Nipsey, Then he shot him. He didn't run away. He kind of walked away, but then Nipsey still moving, so he came back and shot him again. If that doesn't sound like an execution that was orchestrated and gaslit by a higher power, then y'all niggas are simple-minded to me. Now, that's a fact. And if they would shoot Fred Hampton while he's sleeping and use another nigga to get inside of his apartment where he's sleeping with his woman, what does that tell you? So you don't think they're capable of doing that shit today? They're just a little bit more sophisticated. Remember this, Nipsey had the will of the people. People were counting on him. He was certain people's hero because he was a hood celebrity and he never forgot where he came from and he invested in where he grew up. They don't like that shit. They want you to do what most niggas do and go move away and never come back. I bet you if Nipsey Hussle would have moved away and never came back and just did concerts and sold CDs, they would have never fucked with that nigga. But because he was trying to invest, which goes against that goes against the very principles and belief systems of the system of white supremacy. They don't want you investing. They don't want you buying no stock and no bonds, no mutual funds. Why would they want you doing that? And then they will purposely have niggas saying, don't do that shit. That's what white people do. That's gambling. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, yeah, because you know what? Because that's what I was taught. That's what was socialized in a lot of the kids from the 80s and the 90s. Don't buy no stock. Fuck a stock. You ain't got time for that shit. Right? That's what they tell you. Because the average kid doesn't even know anything about stock and investment. The average kid don't even know his melanin is being sold on the stock market. The average kid, millennial, does not even know that everything you see, breathe, hear is being traded on the fucking stock market, whether it's privately traded or publicly traded. We don't know that though, because we don't get education. But Nipsey Hussle knew that. That's why he was into cryptocurrency. Everybody talking about his music and all that. Let's talk about something deeper about Nipsey Hussle. Buying property. Not selling your property. Holding on to it. Let's talk about that. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Because he was more than just a rap artist. He was an entrepreneur. And they don't want no bunch of entrepreneurs. They want a whole bunch of niggas. Go do nigga shit. Don't go own your own music. Go do nigga shit. You see Chris Brown owns his own masters. Now they try to put a rape case on him. Then Eve came out and started talking shit about him. Then she had to retract all the shit because she's working for the system of white supremacy. So she gonna jump up. We so quick to jump on a nigga right away. Just like they sent a nigga to go interview R. Kelly. And they knew he was gonna be emotional and they got exactly what they wanted. And then the lady said, the Caucasian lady says, oh my God, I was scared for you. I mean, come on, man. They will demonize us, vilify us. They will frame that image of us like we just a bunch of pack of rabid dogs. This is what's going on. I just want people to know that I believe it was government sanctioned. They didn't want that nigga around there. They don't want that nigga owning shit on Crenshaw because in case y'all don't notice, what happens is when they gentrify the neighborhood, every property around there goes up. It skyrockets. So all you that are familiar with Biggie Smalls and when he's standing, you know, or Jay-Z when he was sitting on the stoop of that brownstone that's in Brooklyn, go on Zillow.com and just search Brooklyn and see how much the average property is in Brooklyn. It's $1 million to live in Brooklyn. Those brownstones that was on Crooklyn, those raggedy ass brownstones, that's like if you lived in the Nickerson Gardens and Caucasians came through and said, we want this back now. And they moved everybody out of there and put you guys in Antelope Valley and put you in Victorville and Hesperia and all the other shit. And then now they paint the Nickerson Gardens, make it gated, make it all nice and say, oh, well, now it's $1 million to live here. Niggas act like they not capable of doing that shit. California just hasn't ran out of room yet. But once it does in LA, they'll be coming for the Nickerson Gardens. and the Jordan Downs and PJ Watts and Compton and Long Beach. Oh, they'll be coming. Oh, trust and believe you me. And then y'all niggas will be living in the Inland Empire all the way in Rialto somewhere. It's a fact. They're going to do it here in Las Vegas too. Motherfuckers think gentrification is like, motherfuckers think it's a myth, like it doesn't exist. Just because they're not walking around saying gentrification, gentrification, we white people, we about to gentrify your neighborhood. Just because they're not saying that doesn't mean it's not implanted in motion. And Nipsey Hussle knew that. He knows that you don't build no fucking subway on Crenshaw and don't think that the property not gonna go up. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? When there's a football team that comes, gentrification is coming right behind it. If they could, they'd have tore down everything in downtown, put that stadium right down there too. But they technically couldn't do that. So they said, we'll just put it in Inglewood. And since Crenshaw goes through Inglewood, well, we'll just put a subway through it. Fuck them. It ain't about them anyway. Like I said on the last podcast, they didn't put that. They're not putting that subway system in there for y'all niggas. Man, get the fuck out of here. You can ride it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be securityed up. That shit probably ain't even going to stop on Crenshaw. It's going to go right. I'm just saying, this is what they're capable of doing. They're capable of killing us through the food. Killing us with lead paint. Killing us through the water at Flint. But y'all don't think they're capable of using some hating ass nigga like Eric Holder to do some setup ass shit? All y'all that ain't watched the video, go watch the video and then you come holler at me. Cause that was an assassination. That was orchestrated. You knew. Fuck it. I'm gonna make sure he did. I don't give a fuck if it is cameras around. And when they catch me because I'm an informant anyway. So we're gonna stage this whole situation. Let me go on social media and say it wasn't me and this is the Illuminati and all this other shit. And then they're gonna put out there, oh, he's got mental issues and oh, he's suffering from he's bipolar. Remember this. They always pushing that mental illness. They've been pushing that mental illness on black people for I don't know how long, probably the last year or so. Mental illness. You know, you look at the Breakfast Club, mental illness and go see a therapist and all this other shit. Well, why don't y'all tell that shit to Nat Turner? Tell that shit to Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Did you think Jean-Jacques Dessalines had time to go see some therapist and say, oh, the colonizers are oppressing me. I need to talk to somebody about this. Man, get the fuck out of here. Jean-Jacques Dessalines ain't had time for that shit. That nigga was like, oh, you killed 5,000 of my men? I'll kill 10,000 Frenchmen. Fuck y'all niggas. That's what Jean-Jacques Dessalines was about. Oh, I'm reading from the chat room right now. Willie Claude. Nipsey had info that would lead to Hillary Clinton's arrest. Ooh, you think that's what it is? I don't know. He had some info though, because apparently he was about to have a meeting with LAPD. I think that dude that was around was there to collect intel, and I think they was gonna try to put a case on Nipsey to shut him down if they couldn't kill him. And I think that nigga already didn't like him, and that's why he couldn't wait to kill him. But if you an informant and you kill a nigga, you working for the government. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Just like the Nation of Islam, when they were able to get inside the nation, kind of split it a little bit when Malcolm X left and used those niggas to kill him. And what information, and what was the information that Nipsey had on Hillary Clinton? We got to understand what it is, man. Whatever Nipsey had, they was fucking with him. There is footage of the LAPD fucking with him. You can tell when he got shot, they was half-assed doing the compressions. They, you know, you could just look at the whole situation, because I watched the video a couple of times from different angles, and it was hard because one lady was screaming obnoxious and, oh, they killed. You know, people, we got to stop making it about us. Oh, yeah, you trolling, nigga. Whoever this is, they trolling. Nipsey was going to testify against Hillary Clinton in court next month, and all of a sudden he gets killed. It's all over CNN, man. Us black has to start waking up. Oh, so he's getting ready to testify against Clinton. What was he about to testify? I don't have my phone on me. Paul D. Gutierrez, let me know. What was he about to drop on her. That sounds very interesting if it's true. The nigga Willie, you making jokes. That nigga stupid. Like he did on Monica Lewinsky, man. You a fool, man. Oh, man, you a comedian. Nipsey was bringing clean water to Flint, Michigan. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that he was bringing water to Flint, Michigan. Just like Will Smith's son was doing. He started a foundation. But what was it? I want to know. The chat. I'm talking to the chat room right now. They said that he was about to testify against Hillary Clinton in court next month, and all of a sudden he gets killed. It's all over CNN, man. Us black have to start waking up. I'm reading that again. See? But I'm crazy. Democrats was poisoning Flint water. Democrats and Republicans was poisoning that water. They don't give a fuck. They all, look, Democrats and Republicans, same bird, left wing, right wing, same bird shitting on y'all heads. Same bird. He was going to say something about how Hillary Clinton was founded by the Russians to pay out her presidency. It's all over CNN. Ah, but what's that got to do with Nipsey Hussle and how he know that? Man, I don't know. I guess that's what y'all saying, man. I just know he was pushing the narrative of property ownership, gentrification. No joke. So I got to check out CNN. I just wonder, how is it Nipsey Hussle knows about this information? How is Nipsey tied into this if that's what it is? That niggas just playing around and joking. But anyway, he was pushing a narrative that was beneficial for black people. They got to weaken the minority. But I think this is my personal opinion. I think Nipsey was getting in the way of gentrification the way they wanted to do it. That's what I think. And I think they had that provocateur ass, hoe ass nigga Eric Holder do their dirty work. And it may not be on tape. It may not be nothing written down anymore, but I'm pretty sure it was more of a do what you got to do. Because they didn't like Nipsey Hussle over there. Because they always attribute us to violence and ghetto and all that. That's why you can't even buy in certain neighborhoods, because you black. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be thinking that the FHA loan was for black people. No, nigga, the FHA loan was for poor white people. Fat Boy 1018, no joke, Nipsey Hussle info out the White House. The Clinton Foundation has ties to the Kremlin. What? We gotta say that again. I'm reading something from the chat room. No joke, Nipsey Hussle info out of the White House. The Clinton Foundation has ties to the Kremlin. His document was gonna cover everything. No, just the doctor that cured AIDS. Exactly, Dr. Sebi. I know. I got some of his vitamins. I'm gonna order some more. And Mrs. Dr. Sebi got her own website too. I don't know, man. I gotta look that up. I don't know if that's viable or credible. I gotta check the sources. I don't know how Nipsey Hussle will be tied with Hillary Clinton, like I said, but I'm just telling you what I know. He had info somehow. I don't know exactly how he knew, but the info leaked to him since he's in the Mason and was going to testify against her when she goes to court next month. I guess, man, I'ma look for it. You know I'ma look for it. Motherfuckers don't hear speak, but hey, there's always different theories. I'll tell you this. Go look at the interviews of him talking about Dr. Sebi. Go look at the interviews of him talking about, look at the interviews when he didn't have the long hair, when he was just started and he was talking about how don't just be buying a whole bunch of ice and jewelry, but buy property. You know what I'm saying? And diversify your portfolio and don't just be buying shit that depreciates. Go look at their interview. They've been posting it all online. And if you think about it, what Nipsey was saying in the mid-2000s, go watch Baby Boy. When Ving Rhames tells Tyrese and Omar Gooding, when they was in the room, he said, oh, you like rims and cars and clothes? You like rims, cars, and clothes? Yeah, that's all butter. That's melts. You know that doesn't appreciate with value. Stocks, bonds, that appreciates with value. Jewels that were dropped. The Clintons hired Zimmerman and Casey Anthony to do the job. What? Yeah, this motherfucker troll. Can't Flynn him the Zim. But anyway, yeah, hey, I know Shawnee Brown about to look that shit up. That's a fact. She deals with facts. But Fat Boy 1018 or Joe Hustle info off the White House, I don't know, man. We'll see if it's credible or not. It sounds like it sounds like some more theories. You know how the news do. They gonna put propaganda out there anyway. We gotta look at the message and his energy and what Nipsey Hussle was about. He dealt a lot in energy, and I think he was more deep than people thought. He was a very intelligent dude, man. And he was ahead of his time in how he was thinking and how he was moving. And he was about his people. Okay, supposedly Nips was a 33-degree Mason, and everything like info about politics and shit like that goes to him from the lodges, since he was high-ranking and got leaked the info about Hillary. Where you get that? Okay. So he was a 33-degree. Oh, so he was high-ranked. Paul Gutierrez, he was high-ranked. Okay. Well, we'll see. I think it ain't just that, my perspective. Like I said before, hey, when they're trying to gentrify a neighborhood and you telling everybody that live in that neighborhood don't sell your property, that's not a good look for the system. They not really feeling that. They want you to tell everybody to sell their shit so they can go in there and get it. Motherfuckers will call you every day telling you to sell it. Willie go, oh my God, they fell. Now you trolling. Whoever that nigga is, that's funny though. Us black people gotta stay woke, man, for real. That's fact. Paul Gutierrez, that's fact, man. We gotta stick together. You right. They judge us as a collective. That's why I show those books. Hey, man, read them. Stay on Code. Neely Fuller Jr. I don't know how many times I got to say that book. Read Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. I love you, Kentra. Y'all niggas stupid. But anyway, hey, man, I'm telling you, these are things that we got to pay attention to. And I hope that Nipsey passing away, the dream don't stop, and his goals and his visions don't stop. I hope that doesn't stop. You know what I mean? I really hope it doesn't stop. You know, because to me, I look at it like this. We all have our goals, dreams, ambitions, and our own path that we have to walk. And Nipsey was walking his path. Let me read something from the chat. Nipsey knew steel melts at 2,500 degrees and jet fuel only burns at 908. They took down the tower, whereas 9/11 was an inside job. Fat Boy 1018, maybe so. Maybe so. We'll see. But I can tell you this. Without a shadow of a doubt, he was preaching entrepreneurialism, preaching being a business owner, stocks, bonds, not buying a bunch of bullshit, and educating his people about buying property and buying up the neighborhood and not selling your property. And that goes against everything that the very system wants you to teach your people. This ain't no conspiracy. This is the truth. Hillary Clinton allegedly hired some kind of Russians. I don't know if they were like assassins, and her people hired the dude that clapped Nip to kill him. Man, nigga, what? No, I like, look, I like to read different things to see exactly where people coming from. Supposedly he was paid out by her foundation for millions of dollars. Crazy. Oh, supposedly. Who knows? I know I know Shawnee Brown, she gonna look up all the shit y'all saying, and if it ain't true, she gonna come for y'all niggas' heads, whoever y'all are. That's a fact. Remember this, people. Energy, as Iyanla Vanzant says, and in any book that you read that's about energy, it can't be destroyed. Energy could be altered, but it can't be destroyed. It keeps going. And we gotta take the energy that he left us and we gotta push it forward. So we still gotta have business owners. We still gotta have people. No facts on him. Fraudulent. Yeah, these niggas is lying. It's all good. I don't care. My message got across clear. Read these books. Remember, The Burglary. I'll show it one more time before I get out of here. The Burglary. Read that book. It's about J. Edgar Hoover and what he was capable of doing to our people. Read that book. Then, after you done reading that book, The Assassination of Fred Hampton. Get that book by Jeffrey Haas. It's a very good book. Very, very good book. Get that book, man. These are books that you need to read. Because that is what's going to tell you why I think the way I think. I'm telling you, man, this info is getting leaked on gore.com. Look it up, man. Shit's crazy. Yeah, man, I'm probably researching. It just sounds like some far-fetched shit to me that they probably putting out there. It's probably misinformation, false narrative shit, like Shani Brown said. That's what they do. Allahu Akbar. Hey, y'all niggas is crazy. Gore.com and see dead bodies that have been maimed, burnt, and shot up. I think that's funny that niggas be trolling like that because it give you a different perspective. Whatever you coming up with in your head, that's fine. But still remember what I'm saying. There is a purpose in life and everybody walks it, and Nipsey's life was taken too soon, but there's still a purpose that needs to be met. Somebody still needs to help him with the documentary and finish whatever he started. Somebody needs to make sure that he has multiple marathon stories. And not let's just support it for 1 week, because that's what niggas do. We support it for 1 week, then we don't talk about shit no more. I've been talking about Philando Castile and Eric Gardner and Mike Brown and Trayvon. I've been talking about them since I've been doing podcasts. But a lot of motherfuckers act like this shit. I'm not talking about podcasts. I'm talking about people. Yeah, motherfuckers couldn't wait to bring it up to me at the Court Plantation. Oh my God, look what happened. But motherfucker ain't talked about it since. So it's like, it ain't their job to keep our people alive. It's our job to keep them alive. Nah. And we got to understand that it's our responsibility to control the narrative and not let them. Like they trying to put out this shit that was a whole bunch of violence at the vigil, at Nipsey Hussle's vigil. It wasn't no violence. That was bullshit. A nigga dropped the bottle and everybody thought that they was shooting. This is what they do. Let me read something from Shani Brown. Yamasaki was the designer of the World Trade Center, the same one who built the first housing projects and blew them up in 1970s. Facts. Oh, everything Shani Brown says is credible. She don't be saying no bullshit. Y'all niggas in here on some bullshit talking about gore.com. Trolling and shit. But you know why I let them troll? Let me tell you why. Because these are the same type of motherfuckers who will infiltrate our communities, infiltrate and pretend like they for the system and be a gaslighter and have niggas arguing. That's why I laugh at the shit. Because I know people like Shani Brown gonna check the shit out their ass and let their ass know you full of shit. And that's a fact. So if you are one of these people that is going to take Nipsey Hussle's death as a joke or take it to get likes or views, I ain't on here trying to get no likes and views. I'm just telling you my perspective. I don't care about that shit. I do not be on here checking like chat. I just want people to get the information and go read the books and then flip it and then hit me up on the chat and tell me what you thought about the book. Fuck all the bullshit and the nonsense. What did y'all attain from Nipsey Hussle doing those interviews? What did y'all attain? Yes, you see? I told you. Yes, I'm a troll. Ignore everything I said. They really are full of shit. Exactly. And this was exactly. That's why. That's why, to me, you have to understand. I live on Crenshaw Boulevard. Yeah, right. And so do your mama. But anyway. Nigga, I ain't got time for that shit. If you got time to troll, go troll somewhere else. But I can tell you this. It's about knowledge of self, knowing what it is, knowing what you're about, not playing no games, and understanding that this man's life was taken, and it wasn't just taken by us, it was taken by the system that is set up to seek and destroy us out and genetically annihilate us off the planet. That's what they want to do anyway. It's a fact. Remember that. Let his legacy go on. I'll tell you this, I'm going to see y'all again, probably either tomorrow or Thursday, whenever I get a chance. Shawnee Brown, I appreciate you in the chat room. Let these motherfuckers know. Get these motherfuckers out of here. For real. If they bullshitting. For real. But anyway, hey man, this is the Know I Don't Know podcast. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. All you trolls you can troll and subscribe to, I don't give a fuck. That shit don't bother me. I be laughing at that shit. Hey, I hit y'all up next week. Or not next week, in a couple of days. R.I.P. to Nip again. R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in power. Not rest in peace, but rest in power. We got nothing but love for you. Hey, and y'all stay safe. I'm out. Peace.